Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. And Flo, let's check out what Bart Scott said about the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles are the best team in the NFC. They deserve to be considered that all the way through. Are the Cowboys there? No?
Listen,
why did you shake your head no?
Because, listen, Cooper Rush winning, their first game was closer than what we expected it to be. So let's see the matchup. All teams,
with their guys. The Eagles are 12-1.
Man, that's like TCU. Man, that's a fluffed up schedule. Man, that's a soft schedule.
Okay, so you're not even buying Philly.
Who did they beat?
Cowboys are playing.
They beat the team. They beat 12
I understand
teams.
that, but who did they beat? They did it with their backup quarterback. So the beauty of Philly is that they've been healthy the entire year.
Yeah.
None of that matters, man. It's 0-0 when you get into the postseason. None of that matters.
All right, Flo. This guy's always talking about the Niners, how much he loves them because they're physical. He kind of always says that the Niners are the best team in the NFC. What do you think about this, man? Do you think the Eagles kind of that fluffed up TCU schedule and the Niners are the team to beat in the NFC, man?
Yeah, I do believe the Niners are the team to beat. Not because just Philadelphia's schedule has been pretty easy, but they still won. They've done what they've had to. But for the most part, just how the teams are constructed, Bart Scott's right. He knows the Niners are a physical team. They could go into pretty much any location and have a chance because of their defense, their style of play, even their offense. We could grind it out, run the ball with McCaffrey, Debo when he comes back. We just could play any style of game. We could air it out too. Purdy's been pretty good. I didn't see this coming from Brock Purdy, but he's been even having our offense, our wide receivers have been looking pretty solid too. So we can play any style of game. So I agree with Bart Scott. And man, I've always liked Bart Scott, man, ever since he was with the Jets when he had that infamous can't wait speech, man. And that's how I feel for the playoffs this year. I can't wait.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I agree with them, man. Like you said, Bart Scott, he likes those physical teams, and we're the most physical team out there. So I tend to agree. I'm not trying to be a fanboy, but I think we could go into Philadelphia and beat them just because of that defense. We have the best defense in the NFL. Remember those years, 2019, whatever? We weren't even the best defense. It was actually the Patriots that year. Even with the Harbaugh years, we didn't have the best defense. Even though we're like top 10 with Bowman and them, we still weren't the top defense. This year is the first year that we're actually the number one defense. So I think we could do it, man. I really think that we have the best team out there, and our offense is, I think, number 8 right now, number 8 or 9, or something like that. And we're hot. So we're top 10 offense, top 10 defense. And it seems like the media, for the most part, they think the Eagles, it's going to be them all the way. But there are some guys out there like Bart Scott that's played the game, that's a physical dude and knows what happens in December, January when it's cold. And, your mama ain't next to you, man. It's just hard knocks football, baby. So I'm ready. I'm excited. And I'm glad that there's a few guys in the media that actually believe the Niners are the best team in the NFC, man.
Yeah, man, likewise. And yeah, like you said, we've always had those great defenses, but this is the most complete defense. We've always had great defensive lines, but we've never really had that secondary. I think this is the first year we've had a secondary in forever. Our linebacking core has also been good historically. Obviously, Bowman, Willis. Now we got Fred Warner with Dre Greenlaw and Al-Shire. Those guys are monsters. So from all the way top to bottom on our defense, we're there and we have depth. So I believe in this team 100%.
Absolutely. With the cornerbacks, like you were mentioning, 2019 Sherman was still solid, but he was past his prime. He was at the end of the day, and then with those hardball teams, we had Carlos Rogers on one side and then Terrell Brown. Remember when they went to the Raiders, what happens when they didn't have a defensive line? They sucked. They got toasted, man. They were out of the league, and a few years later, even Chris Culver, he got a big-ass contract with the Redskins. Man, what happened to him? His ass was out of the league, too. Charvarius Ward, he's a different story, man. What he did with KC, they had a crappy-ass defensive line. Other than Chris Jones, their defense wasn't that great, but he was one of their best players, and we saw what he did with DK Metcalf, man. He freaking shut him up. DK was talking that trash, but Charvarius Ward, man, he's the number one corner, so with this defense right here, it could lead us to the promised land, man.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about what Bart Scott said. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.